Just got off the track with Lawmaker. Wow, he's starting to really come around good. So made my day. Had a bit of a crappy day last night, crappy night last night, but seeing him jog good certainly makes my day. So so that's good. Obviously, having him jog good and race good in the elimination of the good times of Grand Circuit horses that have 4 or 5 races this year under their belt are two different things, but a start is a start, and he is starting to look good. So that's a bonus. So we've already gone through the race horses. I did the first part of the race horses. Sorry, I'm picking my nose, but I get dirt from the track on my nose. We already did the race horses. Now you got a good soundbite for the race horses before they raced, and then Peregrine and Pay the Line both run. And then I waited till this morning to do the rest of them. So you got the race horses. 5 horses I'm interested to see what they're going to do in the next few weeks and beyond. And then top 10 horses, as I said multiple times, very difficult to discern the top 10 horses, but I did best I could and gave them to you. Now we'll go through all of them. Now I want to talk about what they're doing, what they're going to be up to, what they have been up to, and where we'd like to see them from here. So we'll start with our Vicka. Our Vicka, obviously, you all know, filly that I think is one of the nicest horses we have. Her stakes started in New Jersey, June 27th, 4th of July, 11th of July, something like that. And then we didn't have anything until September. So it just didn't make any sense for us to have her ready for the New Jersey stakes, even though they're good money and it's obviously a great program. I'd love to go. But that filly in particular, I think and I hope has bigger fish to fry later in the year. So we can't possibly have her ready for June 27th and still have her fresh at the end of the year. So we simply opted to not race her in the first staking events. We're going to school her probably in 1 or 2 minutes this week and then kick her out in the field for 3 weeks. I just got a message from one of the clients saying, hey, when's the filly going out? She's going out in about another 8 days. She'll be out for 3 weeks. So that's our Vicka. Looking good, sound, seems good, really filling out well. My only concern with her, I don't want her putting on a bunch of weight out at the training center, at the turnout center. So I'm going to have to ask the guys, obviously I don't want them to cut her back, but just with her out on the grass, keep an eye on her weight. I don't want her coming back looking like a big whale. It's going to be tough to get that weight off, training her down. Second, Autumn Wings. Autumn Wings schooled in 59, last half 57 the other day, looked great, but still a little scrambly in the straightaways. So we talked to our clients and sent a message out and said, listen, love the filly, love what she's doing. I'd like to see her fill out. Now, the only one thing, when they fluoroscoped her way back when, they said that her growth plates and her stifles were still, I guess, reactive. They were still big, bothering her a little bit. So I think we're just going to turn her out, let her fill out. I mean, there's no point saying, oh, she's ready to go, so we're going to go. No, I want to have the best version of Autumn Wings on the track, not just Autumn Wings on the track. Autumn Wings was on the track the other day. I could qualify her right now. That's not the best version of Autumn Wings. And if I thought that continuing going with her would polish her up to a point where a couple of starts should be fine, then she'd be doing that. But we've seen her go through this for a while. She's going through growth spurts. Probably her knees are a little bit open. Obviously her growth plates are bothering her stifles. Just give her some time. So that's what's best for Autumn Wings. And as I said, what's best for the horse should run in parallel to what's best for the clients, and in this case, absolutely so. So Autumn Wings is going out for a few weeks also. Be My Delight. Had her over to the vet the other day. No real issues. They said her right hock might have been a little bothersome. They thought she was operated on. She may have had an OCD taken out when she was a baby. I can't remember. Not by us. I mean by the farm. Or something else elective. Maybe she got caught in a fence or something. I have no idea. He thought there might have been she might have been operated on, and that may not be the case at all. But he injected her hock, and she looked fine yesterday. Looked great. I think she got cast. I think her up over her back, much like Lawmaker, if you will, is the culprit there. But she schooled great like that. You speed her up. She's all business. She's just a nice filly. She's going to be ready to go soon. I'll probably give her another week because she doesn't need to qualify right away. Probably give her another week. Qualify her on the 15th or 16th, whatever the Saturday is. I think it's the 16th. So she's going to go then. Boldness. Better Call Mike. They're out in the field still for another 2 months or so. Just going to give them lots of time to fill out and grow. Better Call Mike's Knees bothered him quite a bit, and boldness just needs to mature physically. So both of them should be back near 100% when we bring them back in. Buckingham trained awesome last week, 2-1 last half in 57 all by herself at Mohawk, looked great. She didn't get on the trailer in time to get over and make schoolers, so we'll probably put her behind the gates Tuesday. Maybe I'll sneak her over. Casanova's Jewel, schooled great on Friday. 2-2 last half 59, did his work. He's obviously on that list of horses I'm watching very, very closely because I think he hopefully has a bright future in front of him. I really like this colt. I like everything about him, and I was never really concerned with the breaking. I assumed he would get over that, and hopefully he has. Cash in on me. Gonna need some more time. Jesus, a big colt. He's so big and long. He just needs time to fill out, but he doesn't need to be turned out, I don't believe. He just needs time to relax, let his joints fill out, let him fill out, let his body fill out, and fill in, if you will. So cash in on me. He's going to take a little more time, but been in 220 and still doing his work really well. I'm happy with what I see from him. Cruising, Captain Miraculous had that curb at the back of his hock. We blistered a couple of times and cryoed it. He should be ready to go 1st of July. Sun just went again. 1st of July. Cruising in Angus. Schooled again, second time behind the gate. Love of God, can he ever get out of there, the little fella? It's not too hot, but when you just give him his head at the gate, Saftik said, I was going to take him back, but we weren't going any coming out of the gate. He said, I just gave him his head for a second, and bang, he's crossed over in 2 steps. Really handy, and then he runs in the straightaways, but I think we get a pretty good handle on that. I think we're making headway there. So, Cruising in Angus, ready to go right now whenever we push the button. Curious Winner, had him over to the vet. Splint right front. I said he was biting that right line in my last video. Well, we got to the bottom of that. Exactly what I thought it was. Little splint, little blind splint right front. The vet cryoed that the other day, I believe. Dance Hall Babe. Talked about Dance Hall Babe. #1 right now in TheStable.ca. In my mind, Dance Hall Babe's #1. Dancing on My Own, another filly. Found a splint on her. Mario said she's on the left line a little bit in the straightaways. A little rolly. Jonathan Drury went with her the other day. 2-1. Last half in 58, last quarter in 28 in a bit, and he loved her a lot. Said she was indeed on the right line again. Had her to the vet. Big splint left front. Not big, it was kind of hidden in 2 spots on her left front leg. Got them all cleaned up. She should be ready to go. Dalcrest Star Angel, obviously trained here in 212 at the open house. Quite a bit ahead of where I thought she'd be or needed to be. So we're just going to throttle her back to the 220, 225 range for the next 3 weeks. As I said to everybody, she's not going to be ready to go till September. If she beats that by a couple of weeks, so be it, but it certainly is not going to be June or July. So you're going to see the big filly, and she is big, the big filly ready to go mid-August at the earliest. Final Answer made the top 5 list. Horses I'm very interested in, rightfully so. Really, really happy with this horse. The next horse in this list could have made that list very easily. Don't really know why he didn't. But anyway, Final Answer, found the splint on the right side, right front, hiding behind another splint. So we had that taken care of. Friggin' Biggin, love this horse. School great the other day. I made a break in front of him with Curious Winner. Never missed a beat. Right up trotting. Looked great, finished up great. Sylvain liked this colt, and I like this colt. So Friggin' Biggin could have easily made that top 5 list. Really should have. So I'm really interested in what he's going to do moving forward. Got the look, got the breeding. He's got a lot of things going for him, this colt, so I'm really, really interested in him. Hard 8. This filly could have made many lists. This is a nice, nice filly. Bred well, big, giant filly. Ready to go right now. I'm going to take my time. I'm not qualifying here until like the 22nd, maybe a little later. I want to see this filly really fill out. She's big. Moves like a little horse, but is really big. So we're going to give her really a lot of time to get her feet underneath her. A few more schooling events, training trips, getting her tightened up, but in a comfortable way. Don't want to put her in a setting where she's going to get her neck stretched just yet, because she is big. She is big, and I'd like to see her fill into herself. Holding steady, heading to Illinois tomorrow morning. Look great in his qualifier. Look great all around. Just a nice horse. Ivanka, same thing, heading to Illinois. Qualified a little flat. She's not mentally or physically as mature as Not an Angel, so it's not that shocking. She did go a mile in 2.4. She's probably ready to go a mile in 2.2. If we're talking Hawthorne and Woodbine or apples for apples, if they're the same surface, same type of speed. then I think she's probably ready to go in 2-2 on the 17th, I think, is their stake. In which case, that should be fine. You know, you got a 2-year-old trotting filly that can trot in 202, June 17th of the 2-year-old year and stay trotting, probably going to make you some money. So Ivanka and Holding Steady and Not an Angel leaving tomorrow morning. Candy Mac easily could have made that list of 5. Just even Steven all the time, doing his work, looks good, got a little flash to him. Great little horse. Not little, he's taller than I thought he was. He's kind of a big horse, but he's not wide. He's just tall and a little bit long. So Candy Mac looking to see what he's going to do. King of the Ball, a little bit ornery in the barn this week. The fillies were in heat a little bit. Nice weather. King of the Ball is going to be snipped tomorrow morning. There's supposed to be a little cold snap blow through Ontario for 4 days. So, as I said before, not only do I think he needs gelded, but apparently Mother Nature is going to cooperate also. So, we're going to have a little bit of a cold snap, no flies, no, you know, it should be easy to get him snipped and get him healed up. Plenty of time. So, King of the Ball tomorrow will not be King of the Balls. That's for sure. Christine K. Tied up a little bit. First of the week, she had that curb bothering her, but she did tie up. We gave her 3 days off. Remember, I told you when that ice storm blew through here about a month ago. Some of the horses tied up. Well, Christine K had 3 days off. What's going on, buddy? Doing the video. Jump in. Christine K had Garnet Burnsdale. See, our clients come here every day. Here it is Sunday at 1:10. Garnet blows in. So Christine K had a bit of a curb. We gave her 3 days off. First day we jogged her light. We were very careful. Tied up. So got her AST down. She can probably start training Wednesday. It's definitely going to set her back 10 or 12 days, but that curb would have anyway. So I guess timing wasn't horrible to get that done. What are you up to?
Well, we're just coming back from, my wife took me to the genealogy conference over in University of Guelph, so I said, we got to go see the horses if we're that close.
Genealogy conference?
Genealogy Society, it's like a convention. She's big in that. She's like
really?
the webinar coordinator for the Ontario Genealogy Society.
That sounds like a big fun bash.
Oh, I'm more interested in the genes of horses than people myself, but you know, you gotta play along sometimes, man.
Absolutely. So did you get to see the horses? The filly's not leaving till tomorrow morning, so you
That's all right. I gotta give her a kiss. And
yeah. So Garnet owns a big chunk of Ivanka. She's heading out. I was just talking about Ivanka not 2 minutes ago. I said, you know, we did some work on her. Did her knees, did her stifles. And as I said to everybody, I think if apples for apples, if Woodbine and Hawthorne had the same type of speed rating, you know better than me. I don't know. Do you wager on Hawthorne?
A bit, yeah.
So it's fast.
It's similar.
So if it's similar,
I think Mohawk's a bit faster, actually.
Well, if Ivanka trots 2-2, 2-3 and stays trotting, she's going to make money there all summer. So
I think so.
I was just saying that physically and mentally, I don't think she's as tough as Not an Angel just yet. She's just a little more wound, a little tighter. Yeah. But I think that'll come. I mean, we are talking about June of their 2-year-old year. So I think Ivanka is going to do very well out in, and I assume it's set up like here. They're not going to have to race against each other unless there's one division. So should be a good double threat, if you will, and throw in Holding Steady in the pace. Could be a triple threat there all summer. Yeah. So it looks good. And I was just talking with Candy Mac also. I had a list of, well, you'll see the video. I'm not spoiling it. Okay. We had a list of horses I was going to watch. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do. A couple of horses didn't land on that list, and one of them that probably should have was Candy Mac, friggin' biggin'. Horses that possess all the tools to be nice horses, but whether they choose to use them or not is up to them. Now, Candy Mac, I'm pretty sure he's going to use everything God give him. He's done everything right since day one. There's no reason to believe he won't. Friggin' Biggin has made plenty of breaks, but is putting it together of late. So I'm a little curious as to how he's going to do. Also, now Linnea come in at number 2. I'll tell you this much: Linnea come in at number 2. You'll never guess who number 1 is. My number 1 pick heading into the qualifiers. I'm not telling you who it is. You're gonna have to wait and see, like everyone else. Okay. But Linnea was number 2 on the list. Filly that I believe, for people that watch what we do, watch the training. You've seen this filly's progression. You've seen her turn into a little bit of a bulldog. And the other day at the Schoolers, you were the one shooting the video. Yeah. The other day at the Schoolers, I let her up alongside me coming into the turn, which was a bad idea. She just turns into You know, she turns into a little, like I said, a little bulldog. She smells blood. Man, oh man, she ever capitalize. And I've driven a lot of sports riders, and they're talented, some fast horses. But being deep, being tough, and being aggressive on the end of the mile is not usually their forte. And I don't mean to shit on sports riders. I mean, it's a good breed, obviously, but I would say frail would be a word to explain a lot of them. Not all of them, but some of them. And Linnea is far from that. She's small in stature, but she is built like a tank. And very, very fast filly. Maybe
the smaller ones are more durable, like we saw Jimmy Freight last night. Like
exactly.
He's a tough little horse. He's I don't know exactly, but he was pretty small last year. He grew a bit, but he's still smaller, I think, and he's a pretty tough little horse.
And it's not like our man not to have him into the North American Cup. What happened there? I got to know for everybody. Adriano, what the hell are you doing?
I don't know.
What it must have been the most bittersweet victory in harness racing for a while was last night. So Jimmy Freight won the Sun Beach somewhere, looked impressive, but he's not in the North American Cup. How did that happen?
North America. You only put that N on the end of it, man. People.
North America.
You'll get crucified electronically.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Grammar police.
Yes.
I don't know, man. You have to ask him.
Wow. I don't know. Adriano, what are you doing? Jimmy Freight was great last night. This is the tough part of racing, you know. You got to stake all these horses, and sometimes they can break you. The stake payments can break you. Well, you know, you've been paying them all year. Stake payments are tough. The stable, and I don't know if you heard me say it. Don't cheat. How much do you think TheStable.ca spent in staking?
No, I didn't know it, but geez, I'd have to say, I don't know, 70,000 maybe?
60,000, 70,000? Yeah, just north of $315,000 in staking this year.
Wow.
That's what we paid to stake all our horses this year, in Canadian funds, obviously. But a lot of money we spent.
Kidding.
So we spent just under 1.2 million American buying these horses in this barn, and just over $310,000 staking them. Wow. So there's a lot of money in this stable, and you know, I haven't seen many of the other horses around train, and I don't pay attention to the rumors. Oh, you know, Scott's got a nice horse, or Ben's got a nice horse. I don't pay attention to that. Just show me them when they're on the track, and that's the same for everybody else. And you know, when I look at our horses training the way they are, you know, I was saying that the other day I sat with Per Henriksen after the schoolers. It was just him and I, and he says, "Gee, you get some nice trotters there." We had. You weren't there, I don't think. We had White Tiger, Bay Jewel, Oso Pine, and who was the fourth one? I can't remember. Anyway, they all of them went really, really... Oh, Cruising with Angus was the other one. And Paris said, "You should get some really nice trotters there." And I said, "Yeah, they are some nice trotters." And I said, "You know, those may not have even been our best trotters over there. They were just good ones."
Yeah,
and when I look, look, when I do my list... When I do this list, I don't even know where the hell it went to now. I don't even know where the hell it is. When I do, oh, right here. When I do the list, right? Look at all the horses. Yep. I don't even know who to put in the top 10 anymore. I don't even know who to put in the top 5. Like 5 horses I'm looking at. So it was really, really tough to blow through them. But yeah, the staking can be a killer sometimes. You know, you say to yourself, "Well, just stake them to everything." Okay, you go broke.
Yeah,
it's tough. And you don't stake them like Lawmaker. We didn't stake him to the Breeders' Crown last year. It's not like he would have won. Who's to say he would have won the Breeders' Crown? I would have liked to race in it. So any horses that we thought had some serious talent, we tried to make them eligible to whatever we could this year moving forward. So that was Linnea. Maintenance Man, I talked about Maintenance Man. I guess you're going to get a chance to cheat a little bit, but Maintenance Man came in at number 4. So that just goes to show you how tough this list is. I don't think Maintenance Man's been outside of 3 all year. Looked great. I trained him here the other day. He's ready to be started up hard and look good. Majesty Boy is in the mix every week. Nice horse. Looks good. Really excited to get him qualified and get him down to Ohio. Maxwell Plum, same. Very similar, those two horses, in trajectory and optical talent, if you will, by what we see on the track. Maxwell Plum and Majesty Boy are very similar. That's why I'm so incredibly interested to see these horses get behind the gate and get in a position. I said this before. You'll see what kind of horse you have when you see them tired. You show me a tired horse and what they do after they're tired, and I'll tell you exactly whether they're a good horse or not.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen many of these horses tired. That's our job. Push them, but don't push them over the edge. So for me, Majesty Boy, Maxwell Plum, similar. Both made my interested list. Both of them very interested to see what they're going to do moving forward. Scared Ollie. So both of them are good. Mo Better, another silent killer. Mo Better schooled in 2 minutes the other day. Looked really, really good. This colt's coming around. Doesn't wear a boot, just wears a little pole on the left. A long hobble for a small horse, but really, really does it well and looks good doing it. Do you got any Mr. Caper?
Nope.
Okay.
I wanted to, but I didn't
yeah, he's
get in fast enough.
He get in. He's down the pool right now swimming. I told Travis Henry and his wife Maddie have him down there, and he said, "How long do you want him here for?" I said, "Until he grows gills, or until he sounds up." So he had that line in his coffin bone from where he jumped on his foot. Very rare injury. You've seen horses. You'll see horses crack coffin bones all the time, but usually bigger horses with frail bones. I know when this horse did it. He jumped, starting his mile with Louis Philippe Wine 3 weeks ago. One of the first trailer loads we took over to Mohawk. He leaped up in the air and came down and hit. And I heard him hit it, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, he chopped his foot off. Usually they'll cut their foot, right?
Yeah.
Pulled up, flipped the bell boot up, not a drop of blood. I said, oh, great. No, not great. No. The torque from where he hit it right on the side of the wall, you can see the line in his coffin bone. So anyway, he'll be fine. The problem with coffin bones is when they crack up near the joint, that's a problem. It creates a lot of arthritis and soreness. Residual soreness is forever. And his is lateral, I guess, a lateral crack, I guess, a side, way down away from the joint. So if you're going to crack a bone or crack a foot, that's where you want to crack it. So he'll be fine in a little while. Not an Angel, heading out tomorrow, look great, qualifying. She's legit. She's a good filly. Really tough filly.
She's they only qualified 3 out of 6 in Illinois. They ran one qualifier for fillies last week.
Oh,
I don't know if you know 3 of them broke.
Well, I'm not shocked.
And the fastest one was 2-1, so she's tied to be right now. She's the fastest filly in Illinois, tied with the other one that qualified down there.
She went in 2-1, but she come a half in 59, come 29 seconds. I didn't see the qualifier in Illinois, and I don't know what the line looks on the other filly. But I'm going to tell you what, from training this filly with all our trotters, it's going to take a legit trotter to beat this filly. Now I'll tell you what, she got a sesamoid. I think she kicked the wall or something. A little pinchy on that left hind. Her sesamoid's bothering her. We took her over to the vet. Nothing going on there. No lines, no irritations. But it looks like a bruise on her left hind. She is a little hard on herself sometimes. So I trained her here the other day. We made a couple of tiny little shoeing adjustments. But man, oh man, you're not going to find one tougher than her. She is tough.
I don't mind finishing second to her for 135K in September.
Well, there you go. So Not an Angel heading out tomorrow. Oh So Pine made the top 10 list just because I think he's probably one of our most talented trotters. He's got a big, big, big engine in him, and really excited to see what he's going to do in Ohio this year. But easily one of their top 10 from what I can see, both from the Mother's Day mile that he went, which was so impressive to me, and then schooling the other day with Sylvain. Really, really looked good. Quartz Blue Chip, here's the filly. She's not going to be ready until she's ready. And she's a big, big filly. I see her filling out and getting taller all the time. She'll make breaks still once in a while, but I'm not going to even attempt to start this filly until I know she's ready to race and do well. And if that even isn't this year, then it isn't this year. But I would suggest probably within the next month you'll see her start going racing speeds. She's been in 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, but for a Sweet Lou filly like her to be competitive in Pennsylvania, you're talking 53, 54. Yeah, and she's quite away from 53, 54. So she'll be ready when she's ready. She'll tell us. There's no timeline on her. She's got a green light from here to whenever she qualifies. So whatever she's comfortable to do is what she'll be doing. Ready for the beach. Mike Saftik went with him the other day. Finished up right behind me, 59-3 with Autumn Wings. Last quarter in 28. My last quarter was 28. His might have been 27 in a piece. Looked really, really good. Mike Saftik was really impressed with him. Said he was on the right line a little bit. He's got kind of funnily shaped knees and contracted feet. So I'm going to suggest that probably his knees bother him a little bit. Not a big deal. And we can address his shoeing as we get closer. I think probably what we'll do is we'll get the blacksmith to make sure first he's down around 50 degrees. We don't want him up higher. That puts a lot of pressure on his knees. So we're going to open his feet up also a little bit. What they can do is if you have these contracted feet, you can build with fiberglass out a little bit so it allows the foot to spread. Wow. You can put a bigger shoe on the horse and use fiberglass to fill in the outside portions where the nail holes would be. One, then you're not nailing through the foot itself, which can be tender sometimes, and two, you're allowing that foot to spread. So I think that's probably what we'll do in the coming weeks with Ready for the Beach. Rock on the Roll. First disappointment of the year. Rock on the Roll. I see a horse that has been given every opportunity to be a good horse, and I'm not really sure. Don't tell me you own any of him, do you? And
no.
That's not. Just didn't want to. I didn't want to break the bad news to you, person. But he could be a good horse. But what I see is a horse at every hurdle, giving us pushback. You know, maybe he looks at shadows. He doesn't accelerate when we ask him to. He doesn't carry his speed when we ask him to. He's built like a good horse, and he's bred as good as probably most of the horses in here. But he's got some work to do. So I think the only course of action for Rock on the Roll moving forward is simple. Keep training him for the next 3 weeks and see if he shakes himself out, shakes that rust off himself, and gets out of that funk. Or two things: turn him out or sell him. Because I haven't seen enough from Rock on the Roll to make me happy about Rock on the Roll. And that is not a detriment. There are other horses out there. Just when I see what we went through with McKinnon and Redwood this year, those were two horses that were a little bit of a... Redwood, again, tried hard. McKinnon didn't try at all. And I see a lot of McKinnon in this guy. But there's been a lot of McKinnons before McKinnon that turned out to be effective, decent horses. But this guy here, I don't like the pushback I'm getting from him. And I think it may lead to one or two things: turning him out or selling him. Because he's got all the tools. But as I've said a million times, and you know this, I don't tell anybody this, they can have all the talent they want. If they choose not to use it, that's up to them. And that's just not horse racing. That's every sport. That's every athlete. So for me, Rock on the Roll is my first pause for concern in the 54 we have in the barn. He's got some work to do, and I'm going to need him to do it. He may just do it. We may shake him out of this funk in the next 3 weeks, but if we don't, he's got a fork in the road coming. So that's Rock on the Roll. RV LeBron. RV LeBron brushes his knee, hit his knee training the other day, but he's trying. You know, I shit on this horse a lot, and I made fun of him a lot throughout spring. I didn't like his attitude. And I'm the majority owner. I own over half of this colt. And I just, and I had people come to me this winter and say, hey, you know, I want to buy some shares in RV LeBron. I like him. If the value's there, yeah, buy the shares. But there was some shares sold at a low price. Now, don't confuse what I just said about Rock on the Roll with RV LeBron. What I meant to say was, I did shit on RV LeBron. I did talk down about him. Not anymore. This horse has shown that he can excel. You have a horse that brushing his knee or bruised his knee, and it bothers him. You can see it bothers him when he hits it, but push forward and try hard when he's doing it. That's what I want to see. I want to see horses that overcome these problems, overcome these issues, and end up being nice horses. We can change his shoes. We can work on his footwear. We can probably keep him out of that knee, but I can't make him want to do it. And when he's brushing that knee and physically, you can see it bothers him, but he's still pushing forward and doing what I ask him to do. That's what I want to see. So for me, I'm making this. RV LeBron was headed in the same direction as Rock on the Roll. Just really had some pushback all spring. Didn't want to do his work. Was making breaks. Didn't want to do what we were asking him to do. But now he's completely shifted into a horse that actually is impressing me. I trained him in 214. He's been in 27. We can work on those shoes and work on the footwear and get him under control. But very impressed with what I've seen from RV LeBron over the last few weeks. So very happy with him. Screaming Hawk looks good, ready to go. This is an Angus Hall colt that trained good last week, schooled good last week. Didn't school him this week. I might take him to Grand River and school him. Might take him to Grand River and qualify him. But I think we can go mile 2-3 at Grand River. That sets up the whole summer for this colt. If he wants to explode forward and be a super fast horse, I think he has the tools to do it. But if he's going to be an effective horse, we have him eligible to the stake race in Hanover there. What's it called?
Oh boy, the Balanced Image?
No, that's for 3-year-olds, I think. Anyway, I think he's eligible to the one in Hanover. He's eligible to the OSS, and I think he'll mature. See, physically, I don't think he's as matured as the other colts, but mentally, he's decided he understands what to do. And the other day, Jody went with him. Sure, he finished 6th in the schooler. Those were some tough horses that were in there. Really good trotters. And no need for alarm or concern with Screaming Hawk. He's getting better every week. So either I'll take him to Grand River or I'll take him to Mohawk. But I think at Mohawk he's ready to trot in 2-1. Grand River he's ready to trot 2-3, 2-4, which is a great mile at either facility. Amy wants her phone, her cracked phone. Look, this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when your wife decides that she doesn't like that clunky case, and she can make fun of me. She doesn't like the clunky case that goes on the iPhone, and she doesn't have pockets on her clothes. She just has a nice little, she just tucks it in. You know how they tuck it in? Well, it fell out last night, and that is what happens when you don't put the case on your phone. Get away. Get. Take your cracky phone.
Stop talking.
Hit the road.
Stop talking.
So, that was Amy and her cracky phone. So that was Screaming Hawk. Screaming Hawk, very happy with this colt. Just turned into a nice horse, which I hoped he would do. See you in Tuscany. Here's a sleeper. Bob McClure loves this horse. He's asked twice about him. This is a We Will See colt that had all those health issues in January. Overcame them all. And with the help of the veterinarian, we overcame all those issues. Man, oh man, he can fly. Nice horse. Coming out of 57 the other day. Wrapped up. Bob said he was good. Stolen Dance got her turned out for the next 3 months. Hit her knee, got a bruise on her knee, like RV LeBron, but it was in a different spot. And sometimes when they hit their knee and they hit it right in behind the knee once in a while, they'll get a contusion in there, and sometimes they'll cut the knee. I almost wish they would cut the knee. When they cut the knee, the swelling, obviously the blood comes out, the swelling comes out, you can treat that. Yeah. When they don't hit that knee, it's like a blood blister, but even worse, like a contusion, a big bruise in there. It makes it really tough. And this filly, she wants to do it, and she will get a chance to do it. As her shoulders fill out, her ass end fills out, she just grows up as a horse. I don't think she'll hit her knee anymore. So we made a decision, rather than play with this contusion and potentially injure that horse's knee, I'm going to turn her out for 3 months. So Stolen Dance, she had been in 210, trained her in 210 at Mohawk. I don't know if I told everybody that. Trained her in 210, and then decided to turn her out for the summer. Springbridge Proud came in at number 10 on the list. This horse has been really, really impressive. Really impressive the last little while, and has impressed me a lot. Adriano owns a piece of him. Yep. So if he's good at 2, maybe we'll pay him into the North American Cup at 3 and win the Sun Beach somewhere, and then have a chance to race in the North American. Adrian, I'm sorry.
You better edit all that stuff out.
He'll live. He'll live. Hey, I'd rather have a horse I didn't pay into the North American Cup than one I did that isn't. Is that true though?
What's that?
Is that true? Would I rather have a horse I didn't pay in that's good enough, or one that I did pay in that's not good enough? I don't think that's true.
I think you still want a good horse no matter what. Listen, those horses that are paid into it are going to be chewing each other up all year. Maybe you'll be able to supplement him into the Crown and win it later in the year.
There you go. There you go. So there you go, Adriano. You already got it figured out. You're fine. You're going to be fine. So Springbridge Proud, good looking colt, looks good so far. Drives in at number 10 on the top 10 list, and really happy with what I've seen from this guy. Stonebridge Loyal, knees are still a little weak on this filly. She's been in 2-3, looks good. We're just very, she's very pampered. You know, not many of the horses in here are pampered like her, but I see a filly that is desperately trying to get forward with knees that really bother her. But every week she's a little bit better. Trained her yesterday. Harry went with her and said she was perfect. Best I've ever seen her. Right now, so she'll be heading to Indiana probably a month, I'd say 3 weeks. Stonebridge Simba, there's a horse that could have made the top 10. Always good, always looks good. Schooled good the other day, brought him back over. Schooled again last week, really well. Here's a colt that's ready to do some damage. Does everything nice. That's the full brother to Man of Many Missions.
Oh, wow.
And actually, Andrew Harris owns a small piece of that horse, so he's probably excited to see him training down and interested and hoping he looks as good on the track as he does training, because he is a talented horse. So Stonebridge Simba, almost ready to go. So Sunshine's Finest, trained good. Quietly, everybody forgot about how good this horse was for about a month, and then he popped that curb, and then he popped another curb, and we crowded them. We've been patiently waiting for those curbs to really dissipate and go away. He schooled really good 2 weeks in a row. Still on the right line a little bit, so I would suggest maybe that right curb is bothering him still a little bit, but I don't want to presume too much. Could be his knees. He's another horse with those little contracted feet. Another horse we're probably going to have Felix open those feet up a little bit and work on his knees. But I would just probably that right curb still bothering him. So not a big deal at all. Just take our time. But people should probably remember how good that colt looked for about a month when he was really rolling.
I remember.
We'll get him back there in plenty of time. There's lots of time. This colt's been in 2-1. No rush. We're already going to get there. Sunshine Inn, again, another filly people forgot about kind of quick. This is a filly that obliterated them here on open house day, and then Danny went with her the other day and still had the hood on her, and she wasn't as good. She's never as good with that hood on. She's quiet, But as I said to them over there, I have no interest in them being super quiet over there, unless they're hot to begin with. But if you're going to ask a horse to go out and do things that a racehorse needs to do, they need to be on their toes.
Sure.
They need to be in the right frame of mind. And Sunshine Inn was really quiet. So, but trained well. So we'll probably get her over. You know what? I might take her over Monday or Tuesday and train her in about 59 or 2 minutes. I'm going to take a couple of them over. I got to take Lawmaker over tomorrow morning. I'd like to train Lawmaker in 57 on Monday morning. He's got the good times. Oh, we get the. Remember, I'd asked you about the North American Cup night. So I think I figured it out. I think we had a couple people come forward and said they were going to do the table, which is good. I know you're deserting us for Mike and Mike, but that's all right. Also, this coming Friday, we have the veranda out front. Stable night is going to be this Friday coming up. We're asking everybody to RSVP, including you. Where are you going? What's that face for? What are you doing Friday night?
I'm in a media race at Grand River.
A what?
Media race.
What are you doing after the media race, though?
I don't know. Maybe I can make it. We'll see.
Maybe. That doesn't seem like a guy who's going to make it to me.
Probably not.
Yeah.
It depends how much time's left at that point.
Terrible.
But yes, I'm in a media race. Hopefully.
Well, I hope you. Who are you in against?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
You better win.
Probably a lot of people that are a lot smaller than me.
You better be representing the stable, and you better win.
I need to draw the rail.
Anyway,
hard to pass in those 2-man cards.
Yeah. So Sunshine Inn going over Monday. Granite's going to abandon us. Not only on North American Cup night is he not going to work the table for us. Now he's not even coming to the open night for us, the stable night. Okay, Swandre the Giant, easily top 10, but didn't make it because he's leaving tomorrow also. He's going out to Indiana, so we're not even going to get a chance to qualify Big Giant here. He's going to be going out to Indiana first. I had said to Brandon Bates and Thing, if he watches them, I did crowd with Splints 2 days ago. That crowd with Splints 3 days ago. So the Splint should be good to go. He should be ready to rock. In case you don't get an equipment card, Brandon, we had an ear hood on him, but I don't know if he needs it to qualify. Closed bridle. He did wear toe weights. We took them off him. Or I'm taking them off him before he leaves. And then just a set of trotting boots behind, and really that's it. He's pretty easy to get along with. That right line stuff a little bit was just that Splint. Anyway, you're a good enough horseman. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Top flight horseman. Do you follow Indiana?
Not that much.
A couple of our clients really do, and they say Brandon Bates is just
yeah, he's good.
He's just crushing it out there, and that's good. Good
hell
for
of a good driver.
Yeah, they say great driver and great trainer. Does really, really well with his own stable too. So it's good that Swandre the Giant is going to a good place because he's a good horse. The Butler did it. Trained him here myself Saturday. Really happy with what I'm seeing from the Butler did it lately. Looking good. I think he is a horse we're definitely going to have up to Grand River. Maybe I haven't told anybody in the barn yet, but we're going to go to Grand River tomorrow. And the grooms are going to get a little pissy because it's 4 o'clock post time for the schoolers. Not going to be happy.
No.
But I'll let them know tomorrow. Maybe I'll send them a text tonight.
I'm waiting for this one. I'm wondering why you got a circle around this next one.
Too far gone?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a sweetheart. I was looking. I see all these circles were either horses I turned out or horses that I thought should have been on the horses to watch list.
Okay, that's good.
Now, the good news is she has not urinated on anyone in 2 training trips.
Yeah.
So we put her on Regamate, a little higher dose of Regamate. Hopefully that works. I'm not positive it will, but we have a number of ideas brewing how we can help her from doing that because it's not slowing her down, and it's really funny when it happens to James or Danny or Ricky.
But at some point, you're going to drive her.
Yeah, she got me 2 weeks ago. She got me. So, old pissy pants.
Yes.
So she looked awesome training yesterday, though. Tell you what she's turned into. Usually she was a little soft all winter. She finished up her miles, but didn't really look awesome. Just looked good.
No, she never did.
Exactly.
I didn't think so.
I trained her the other day, and now she's really filling out. If you walk down and look at her, she looks like a tank now.
I took a selfie with her.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So I trained her a mile with one of John Copus's. Tyler was going with. You want to go 1:25? So I said, I'll go with you. 1 mile and 25. She didn't piss. So I'm like, that's a bonus.
That's good.
That's a bonus.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let her stretch out. I went another 1/2 and 6 with her and had trouble pulling her up. She's really turned into a big, powerful filly. She's a happy horse. That's the one thing that was so unique was it's not just the urinating in the race. It's when she does it. She got her ears up. She's bouncing around. You wouldn't think she was
let fly.
Yeah. So it must be a mental thing or something. I have no idea. I had a dog used to do that. Just the happiest dog, and she peed all over my house. Just destroyed everything.
I had a miniature horse do it in the show ring, but she was trying to attract the boys though.
Oh yeah,
she was a little bit of a
So
a little bit of a hussy.
Yeah. So this filly, she seemed great. So the Butler did it. It's going to Grand River tomorrow to school, I believe. Really happy with what I've seen. But the reason we're going to Grand River is because the Butler did it's New York eligible, And the vast majority of stakes are on a half-mile track.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that he's ready to transition to a half. The speed on a big track really doesn't interest me that much. I'm not interested in going fast with them. I assume their talent will show up when they need to. But putting that those tough miles into them, they don't have to be fast miles. They just have to be a little rigorous. And for me, going with the Butler to Tomorrow to Grand River is going to be really, really interesting for me. Too Far Gone, we just talked about her. She's training great. I was really happy with what I saw the other day. Think she's going to have a great summer. I hope that the Regamate cures this urinating. I doubt it will, but we'll see. If it does, fantastic. It's an easy fix. Tomorrow's headline went a mile in 2 minutes the other day. Looked good doing it. On the left line a bit, finishing up. He's another horse that curbs bother him a little bit behind, so we're working on that, blistering and painting those. But he's a big, powerful colt too. And I told Sylvain, he's a big, powerful colt, and he can be a little bit of a bully sometimes. So they were trying to go a slow half in front of him, and he was getting a little revvy, and rather than fight with him, Sylvain just moved him over and moved him to the front, but he'd only been in 2.8. He wasn't really ready to go in 2 minutes, but he did. So, looked good doing it. Not a real big deal, but I blew by him with Autumn Wings halfway down the lane, and that's not really what you want to see. And him and 3 other horses finished up beside each other under the wire for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So, all jokes aside, he's a legit horse, and I think he's got a bright future, and it looks like he's going to stay sound. Now, I will give you a little spoiler. I think one of the most impressive horses I've seen over the last 30 days in the farm, easily, has been Twinsburg. And nobody's really paid attention to her. I didn't pay attention to her. I thought she was just middle of the road. She's really turned into a tough horse and a strong filly. I trained her here the other day in 15. Come the last quarter in 29 seconds in the jog cart by herself. Wow. You couldn't go a mile in 30 by herself with her before. She was just lazy and sour. She's really put it all together, figured it out, and understands that she is talented and fast. So we've let her hobbles out. She's really accelerated forward. Looks like a good filly, bred like a good filly. I didn't realize this until I saw the program page. Jason come up and said that Jason, when he worked for Irv Miller, took care of this filly named Right Right. Do you remember Right Right?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember at all. And Jason said she'd won the Eternal Damnation, I think, or the She's a Great Lady, one or the other. Looked great, and then had injured her shoulder, and they had to get rid of her. So I think they bred her or sold her to a farm, but she'd made $500,000, and they said she was an incredibly talented filly. This is the half-sister to Twinsburg. Twinsburg's by McCardle, who's already proven himself as a sire.
Oh, yeah.
So you're looking at a filly who's by a proven sire out of a proven dam with a proven family, now starting to look like a good filly. Look out, Twinsburg is coming. Time Al Houdini drove into 6, I think, top 6, number 6 in the top 10 list. Just a nice horse. When you look at Time Al Houdini, you saw the videos the other day. You were videoing them. He just looks like a good horse. I didn't realize how far back he got away. And I know I come the last half in 57.4, so would he come his last half in? He's a nice horse. All the attributes of a good horse. I think he'll probably need the hobbles at 2, because mentally he still looks around and bounces around. He's a bit of a goofball. I doubt he'll need them at 3, but at 2 we'll probably keep the hobbles on him. Really fast colt. Time Al too low, much like Houdini. Not quite as thick. A little bit longer than Houdini, but not quite as thick and muscular. So I think this is a colt that's going to get better and better and better as the year goes on. He puts that weight on. Really fast on his feet. This is a colt that we had bought because he's out of his sister to Canale Hanover. This is the reason we were interested in him. And Cadaver colt, nice colt. I think and hope he has a really bright future. War We Ultra. You saw the video of War We Ultra. That's a filly that ended up on the front.
Yep.
Few horses have looked as impressive as her first time off the farm.
It's the one Bob drove, right? McClure?
No, Anthony McDonald drove her.
I'm thinking about the other one.
Oh, West 52nd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, you didn't take the video of War We Ultra.
No, I took the one at West 52nd.
Yeah, West 52nd, he videoed, and Bob has been glowing about him for 2 weeks now, or 10 days since he went with him. But I went with War We Ultra the other day. I don't know if he saw the video. Certainly not your caliber of video work.
Wow.
Steve, one of our clients, tried to, and he said it's not as easy as it looks. And Garnet did a great job with the videos. The one that Steve took was a little rougher. But War We Ultra, War We Ultra looked unbelievably, incredibly impressive. So really happy with her. West 52nd, and we were just talking about him. He's going to be ready to go. Another Ohio horse. We got about 7 Ohio horses that are legit looking. So now Ohio was exceedingly difficult last year. Yeah. We thought we were going to blow in there with Wind Chaser, Redwood again, and McKinnon, and light the world on fire. And all we lit on fire was money. It's tough. Wind Chaser had a good run, but the other 2 colts really found it difficult. And you know, you get down there, Real Willie McKinnon and Redwood. They were involved in not one but 2 world records in Ohio last year at stake races. So it's no joke. It's a tough sandbox to play in, and it's going to have to be, because we got, like I said, 6 or 7 really, really talented looking Ohio-bred horses. White Tiger, unfortunately, I had to put him right where he belonged, number 9. I had him number 1 forever, but he's going to have to get his act together. And I talked to Per Hendrickson about some equipment changes, and anytime he can talk to a guy like Per's what, 400 or 500 years old. So Per's
seen a few things.
Yeah, he's been around a long time and an incredibly talented horseman. Scandinavian, I believe, isn't he?
I think so.
I doubt he watches these anyway. So, Scandinavian horseman, just an incredibly talented horseman. Always has been. Always ends up with those goofy horses that he fixes up. So, you know, his time the other day was obviously important to me, and I appreciated it quite a bit. So he had some ideas about White Tiger. He said, "Geez, that's a nice colt.
He's
got some nice trotters." Yeah.
Sure.
So he's working out a contraption for White Tiger to pay attention as we speak. And then last, and certainly never least, just because it's alphabetical, is Yes. Yes looked great training the other day. Looked great. You did video him. He was the horse that was 3rd in with West 52nd. Jonathan Drury went with him.
Okay.
Looked great training. Looked great training the other day. Looked great. Jonathan, I always thought he was a bumpy horse. I never went with him because he trotted, but he always looked bumpy to me. And I'd asked Jonathan after, I said, "How was he?" He said, "He was awesome." I said, "Bumpy at all?" He said, "No, he was perfect. Never put a step in." No, he was A1, right up on the gate, did everything right. Very man of many missions like of him, but very happy to see that colt doing well. I love when the horses, you can see them progress and transition into exactly what you want them to be and want them to do, and that's exactly what we've seen with Yes. So really, really happy with him. So you were in there till you saw Ivanka. Who else?
I saw Candy Mac. I saw Too Far Gone. I saw all of mine. And
yeah.
There's a lot of them in there, but I saw.
Oh, I didn't tell your wife yet. We're cutting the nuts out of King of the Ball tomorrow.
Okay.
I didn't none of the people are. You're getting in a day ahead, but there's going to be obviously an email going out in the next 20 minutes. See, this is the thing. I do the video, then I make my emails after that. King of the Ball. The horse is horsing in the barn, and the sun out. He's just getting a little steady. My concern isn't what he's doing today. It's what he's going to do in 3 weeks' time.
Right.
And for me, we're up against it. It's tight, but I think we can cut him and have him still 100% for the 26th, the first start in Buffalo. So that's the scoop on King. He went a mile 59 the other day. But did I tell you about that? I don't know if I did. Yeah, he went a mile 59 the other day with Sylvain. He did run away on Sylvain.
Yeah.
And we made some changes.
You can see it on the video.
Oh yeah, he was hot.
He came around that turn and he was gone.
He was long gone. Yeah. So for me, just gonna make a few little tweaks. I think the first equipment change is the most important one. That's be
the ultimate equipment change.
His equipment change, and after that, I think he'll be fine. So anyway, it's Garnet Burnsdale. It's one of our clients. We run through the whole list. I went through the list of all the racehorses. What about Master Saver? Did you catch him on?
I did. I actually caught it halfway through the race. I'm looking at him. Oh, wow, he's getting farther and farther ahead.
Oh, he looked
beautiful,
awesome.
Nice trip.
I was really, really happy with him. Promised Blue Chip won. Pay the line run last night. George, well, you know you're a gambler. How many times have you seen horses that don't usually make breaks or haven't been make breaks at Georgian Downs? For me, as a driver, I know when I race there, especially that far turn, it was always really loose. And the footing, it's hard to explain to people, but the actual surface of the track is totally different than anywhere else. It's got these little pebbles, almost like ball bearings, and it's a tough surface. And Pay the Line Blue Chip,
it's hard. It's fast, but it's hard.
Yeah, she just put a step in, and her problem is when she puts a step in going fast, she struggles to recover. When you're pacing in 58 in London, it's okay, but when you're going 54 in Georgian, there's no wrinkles to your gait or there's a problem. And she made a break. Peregrine, the poor bugger, made a break and jumped on her foot last night. Man, oh man, she made a mess of it. So she's going to need a little while, but she's right on the cusp. Like, she's still fast. I just can't get that last wrinkle out of her. Jason and I worked with her. The last turn at Mohawk, the last turn at Flamborough, the last turn at Georgian, all feel the same. So I don't know what's going on there, but we're going to try and work on her and get her proper. We'll see how she is tomorrow morning, but she jumped on her foot pretty good last night. So that's unfortunate. Outside of that, everything else is coming up roses, as they say so far.
Good.
We're heading into the 2018 season looking good. Your horses look good. Your horses hopefully look good. And happy about virtually all of them. So as I said to everybody, listen, we started with 54, so we sold like just a tad left. Then we have 54 babies for the last 90 days, right?
Yeah.
Of those 54, 49 of them are ready to qualify right now.
That's amazing. That's really good.
So that is pretty good, and it just goes to show the hard work that everybody puts into the barn here, the grooms, and you know, Amy gets up every morning. We make fun of her about her cracked phone, but she gets up every morning. She's here by 6:30, and she's the last one to leave every day. So
she's here every time I come.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what time I come here.
Yeah.
I see her here working every time.
Yeah. So I mean, if she ever leaves me, I'll be broke and lose,
you need a lot of help.
lose the equivalent of 4 people. Yeah. So we gotta keep Amy happy. Anyway, anyway, that's the whole story. That's everything going on. 2 things always. You're gonna hear from me for the next little while. Have you downloaded the Stable app?
I did.
How do you like it?
I love it.
Any changes?
I don't know. I haven't used it a lot, but when I first downloaded it, I looked at it quite a bit, and I think it's really good.
We're going to be doing some really cool stuff with that this summer. Curtis is working on it right now. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but what you see, a lot of people are pretty interested in and happy with. But what it's going to become is something much, much, much bigger. And for me, download the Stable app on your Android devices or your iPhone. And this week, RSVP, you won't be RSVPing because you got to go do a media race, but RSVP for Friday, we got the whole front end of Mohawk, the whole veranda out there, the whole Corona veranda is ours. It's going to be a good night. We're going to have lots of fun. As I said, cruising in style and lawmaker race that night. We'll either
on Friday
we'll either be celebrating or we'll get drunk and burn the place down. One or the other. It is made of wood.
That's right. It won't take long.
Anyway. That's everything. That's the race horses, top 5, top 10. All the horses. This is Garnet. You know me. I will see you soon enough.